Chapter 4.5. Scared. A morning walk. A question needs an answer. Knuckles on the door. Mark's mom answered. She looked like she hadn't slept all night. Jessie rubbed Mark's note between her fingers in her pocket. "We haven't heard anything, honey," his mom said. "I'm sorry." "Why did Mark run away?" Jessie asked the question quick, before she lost her nerve. There was no time for good morning, and it wasn't a good morning anyway. His mom's eyes flicked to the side, then back to her. One hand went up to her neck. She licked her lips, and Jessie knew at that moment, but she still wanted to hear it. "I know this is hard, Jess, but right now we're just focused on getting him home safe." Her voice was tired. "No," Jessie said, shaking her head. "Tell me. I have to know. Why did he run away?" His mom closed her eyes for longer than a blink. Then she looked out past Jess, into the daylight world. She sighed out at the sunshine. "Come in, sweetie," she said. Mark's dad was at the table, just sitting there with the phone on the table next to him. Jess sat down and, after a few false starts, Mark's mom told her everything. She told her about the last call from the doctor and what he'd told her. She told her about how Mark had taken it. Sometimes crying is easier when someone is crying with you, but sometimes that only makes it worse. Mark's mom sat looking down at her hands, at her fingers tied together. They were a mom's hands, soft with only small wrinkles and chipping polish on the nails. They were empty, with only themselves to hold. Jessie sat with her eyes full and down. She hurt. She wanted to stop breathing because her breaths would not come smooth. They came like tearing paper. She felt, like a broken little bone inside, the loneliness of her best friend. She missed him with the kind of missing that almost feels like anger. Yes, she knew exactly where he was going, and now she knew exactly why. He trusted her not to tell. She wanted to reach out and pull him close and slap him across the face. She felt pinned, like a butterfly in a case. The eyes were on her. Before she could try her wings, the phone rang. Mark's dad picked it up. His words were sharp, short. His eyebrows were screwed up tight. "Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, really." He looked over at Mark's mom and shook his head, half yes and half no. "All right. Yes, of course. Thank you." He set the phone down and reached out to take Mark's mom's hand. "Someone called the tip line a few hours ago. Said they saw him in Moses Lake." His mom gasped. "Well, good." Her voice picked up new life. "Was there more information? Do they know where to start looking?" He shook his head. "They don't think it was a real tip. It sounded off. It was a kid's voice. A boy." He squeezed her hand. A dog barked in the background. Mark's mom sat with her mouth stuck halfway open. "Mark," she said at last. Mark's dad nodded. They traced the phone call. A restaurant in Seattle. They're on their way now.